please take your shoes off, everyone, as is the local custom.
The warmth of the place, as well as the friendliness of our hostess.
Thank you very much for those kind words.
And your
This is
English
down.
is exquisite. Where did you pick that
Well,
up from?
when I went to secondary school, we had American professors. And now teaching English is my living, so I teach English to Slovak people.
Oh, okay.
But I also started teaching Slovak to foreigners.
Ah.
There are some people from abroad who live over here, and some of them actually have Slovak spouses,
Okay.
and they came here to settle down, to start a family. So I'm happy to help them with the Slovak and maybe a bit of cultural orientation as well.
How close is the Slavic language to German? Because they're so close to each other.
Well,
can you understand
No,
both?
not exactly German, because they belong to a different group of languages, branch of languages.
Okay.
Slovak is very close to Czech, and
Okay, yeah.
somewhat close to Polish
Okay.
as well.
Okay, but not really German.
No,
Interesting.
no.
So for
We-
yes, you say da. The word yes, what's that in Slovak?
Ano,
Ano. Okay.
ano. Yeah. So it's similar to Czech. Yeah. And we can pretty much understand some of some of Polish, sort of passive. Whereas with Czech we are really close, so know that there was Czechoslovakia
Yeah.
earlier, so we still feel very close and neighborly.
Interesting. Well, and the reason why I was asking is because if you speak Spanish fluently, you can understand Portuguese and Italian. You
True.
can't speak it, but you can
You
get
can pick
enough.
what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking just with the countries being so close together, but I didn't think they were culturally, they were very different alignment. Germany, that was a different.
Yeah, Germany and Austria,
That's
different
different
mentality, but also culturally somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all were more closely aligned towards Poland than
Definitely,
German,
definitely,
yeah.
because we are all part of Slavic-speaking countries. And
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Your home is beautiful. I
Thank
love
you
the
very
nice
much.
bright walls. Yellow. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I think it gives nice impression of warmth.
Uh-huh.
That's, as soon as I walked in, I said, I feel at home. Very warm.
Yeah. And with your Christmas decorations, you brought us a spirit of Christmas atmosphere.
Everything I brought has something to do with Christmas. I mean, it's Christmas Eve, but I've got shirts with Christmas trees, bears, everything. I don't get to wear them that much at home, and I said, I'm just packing the suitcase with everything Christmas.
Good idea. Yeah, so that's the right festive spirit.
How many Grand Circle Cruise Line people do you see on a regular
How many
basis?
travelers do you see?
On average, we receive about 3 to 5 visits per month.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
This is kind of the end of season almost, and then starting again in March.
Okay.
So winter time, it dies
Well,
off.
after Christmas markets are over, that makes sense. Because it gets really cold.
Yes, right, exactly. Can I offer you something to drink? Some
Sure.
fresh lemonade and a bit of cake. This is sort of a creamy cheesecake,
Oh,
bit
that's
of
great.
sour cream, but really very smooth and cheesy. And can I pour
With tomato.
everyone?
Yeah,
With
please.
tomato?
Yes.
Tomatoes?
Yes, exactly. Tomatoes. Yeah. Some nice
I was going to say,
tomatoes.
that's plenty for me.
So like a half
Yeah,
glass.
that's good.
May I take a picture of you?
Yeah,
Please.
sure.
Dimo.
Oh,
Of course.
Oh, I have to do the same thing with that.
thank you.
Alice, look. Hi.
There's cameras in every direction.
Thanks.
Nice Carmen.
And your name again, please?
Thank you, Barbara.
Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara.
You're
You
aware,
are very welcome.
Barbara, you're
You
aware
are.
that I am videoing?
Carol.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Fine by me, no problem.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, so that you can show also your family members or neighbors when you come back home what it's like to get oranges or tangerines or things
shoes
like
or-
that.
Yeah, right.
I would not say so much shoes. It depended what quality or style you wanted. But generally, I did not feel that there would be a lack of shoes or clothes or such. But again, people were much more industrious. You know, my mom and grandmothers, I remember them knitting,
Right.
crocheting, or sewing.
Sewing,
And people were able to do such amazing things.
Right.
In my family, everybody took one of these, you know, either embroidery or knitting or something, always busy. I remember them spending evenings not only watching TV as the TV was playing in the background, but
knitting.
while that, the context was everybody was busy doing little handiwork and doing lots of cooking. Now, you know, people rely on buying semi-finished food, you know, much more often. There was
Right.
not such an offer, there was
Right.
not such a way of providing food for your family.
Right.
You had to do the cooking
Yeah.
regularly, and if not on daily basis, yes, every other day. But
Yeah.
yes, I think still in Slovakia we like cooking and baking and preparing our own meals as a way of showing love and care for the family instead of, you know, just buying something quickly. But yes, as you can see, fast food brands, it's all here. All of that has
We
arrived.
don't eat fast food. I'm just talking about like chicken paprikash or something like that. My
Yeah.
mother-in-law used to
People-
make that really well.
Yes, exactly. People make such dishes, and
Yeah.
especially now as the festive season is coming, more baking, homemade gingerbread.
But my
Yeah.
mother-in-law, she had a job too. She was a photographer as well. So she didn't cook that much. Maybe just on the weekends kind of.
So many photographers in your family. Do you have any other such profession there?
I'm an artist and I was a school teacher.
And you ladies?
I was in
What are
sales.
you do-
I sold communication systems to the banks and savings and loans.
So in Romania, I did accounting using my professional. And United States, I did everything to survive.
Yeah,
So,
I can understand
yes.
that. Yeah. That's-
When you
this is
say
necessary.
everything, what?
Well,
Well-
everything, not really accountant, because I didn't apply for CPA.
Hmm.
But, you know, paperwork on the
Okay.
hospital, yeah.
So
Accounting stuff.
administration, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now
But
you know.
I- sorry.
Yes, go on.
I
Yes, you wanted to
cook.
say something.
Her mother-in-law, I cook. I never buy food from outside.
Yeah,
Always I cook.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do fast food.
We don't
No,
just-
no fast food. No.
Good for you.
I cook. I bake.
Yeah. That's
Special.
nice.
Every day, not every day, I cook and I save in the freezer.
Yeah.
of
But
course,
now
you do
for
that as well.
Christmas, because the Christmas is coming,
Yes.
yes,
exactly.
I cook, I bake.
Mhm.
Really, Christmas holiday.
Well, now a lot of your family's still in Romania, so
Everybody.
what are you?
I have a just,
Who are you going to be with for Christmas?
always my house is full.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not
I
surprised.
I have, you know, the family, what I told you last year, Florin, who's a lawyer, Simonash is a judge, and I'm the godmother for their son.
Okay,
So, always. And also I have some friends.
yeah. Oh, I know you have friends.
Thanksgiving
You don't
is...
have any. You don't have a single friend.
We met Elena with a grand circle
Lucky.
trip
I don't have
in
family, but I have
Japan.
good
Where
friends.
we were in Japan when we met.
Yeah,
Yeah,
In
And-
Japan.
Nice that you go on the trip together again after some
Yes.
time.
Oh,
I was so happy when
this precious lady is just has a love of life that is contagious. It's wonderful being around Elena.
thank you.
It's true.
Right.
It's true.
What,
it's
what
true.
a nice compliment.
Yes, really. And I was so happy when I spoke with them and they said, oh, I jumped in immediately to come on this trip. I can't wait for the next one.
She ran into another couple that was with us in Japan that when we met them, we bonded immediately. They adopted their children from India
Wow.
and they said, well, we're going to go to India. Do you want to come with us? Yeah, sign us up.
Yeah.
Then she saw that couple on a Grand Circle cruise. They said, well, come with us. And so it's like
It was.
you just keep meeting people and you enjoy traveling with them. It's not always like that. Sometimes
Yeah,
you
but-
just don't.
And
You
we
know.
make like a family.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we travel like a family.
Well, you've heard of the expression, possibly, you can pick your friends and you can't pick your family. Your family is you're stuck with whatever you've got there.
Yes, yes, very
But with
true.
your friends, you've actually made a concerted effort. That's my friend. So that's how we feel about Elena.
Well, we feel that way about y'all too.
Well, your
I
family.
didn't
don't.
ask.
That's
But you have
very
children that are
nice.
still
We
in
weren't going to push
Romania,
it.
right? Don't you have family still in Romania?
Everybody's there. My
That's what I
daughter, my
thought.
son-in-law, my grandson, my
Do
sister-in-law.
you go back to visit?
Yes, I was there in May. This
Okay,
year.
yeah, because my son's girlfriend, who, or let's say fiance, is Romanian, and her mother still is in Moldova, and she goes back every year at Christmas time, and then she sends me all these pictures of the people that come to their door and start singing
Yes, for
songs,
caroling.
Oh.
Yeah,
and then
Beautiful.
the kind of parades that they have in the street.
yes, but everything is related with Christmas.
Exactly, yeah, on different nights of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in
Different
Romania, you have still this live tradition of visiting
Oh, yeah.
and carol singing.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
I love that idea.
I
There's
wish I could
something
experience
exquisite
something like-
about
exactly.
Especially if the climate is traditional, where it's just a powdering of snow falling from the sky.
Yes.
It helps muffle any negative ambient noise around, and you just have, off in the distance, you can hear carolers going from house to house, singing in German or in French or whatever the
English
language
is
might
good
be.
too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Or
I
Romanian,
understand English.
or Slovakian.
yes, yes.
That's all I know
It's-
is
it's-
Romania.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's romantic. It's heartwarming. It's just. I remember hearing a story where on a Christmas Eve, back during the First World War, all of a sudden, German militaries on one side of this no man's land,
Trenches,
and
yeah.
all of a sudden, someone over there is singing Silent Night.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, the Americans, the doughboys, are starting to sing Silent Night in English.
Yes, right.
And then it's like,
What are we
in the
doing?
world are we doing to ourselves?
What are we doing?
none of
And the
it
battle
makes any
starts
sense.
again, fresh
Yeah.
and new.
Do you
But-
sing?
Yes, I was a member of our children's choir, yes, so I used to go singing. But you just reminded me that in my grandparents and great-grandparents' generation, where they used to live in villages, but their neighbors were not really very close, but maybe like 2 kilometers away, during the Advent time, they would be coming family to family, paying visits, paying their respects, always accompanied by carol singing, and also the poor people of the community would come and they could go from house to house not like every night, but they would visit one family, then after some days another family. Again, singing some carols or playing musical instruments, and some of these people or my grandparents would give them some homemade sausages or ham or such. Was the tradition to reward these carolers with some homemade food to share with them, you know, because these people, they were farmers, they had herds of sheep, they had their own cows and all, you know, the family property. They were living close to each other, but so very involved in the good and well-being of their fellow community members, you know, that...
The less fortunate.
Exactly. But, you know, I think there was much more sense of some fairness or sharing or redistribution, solidarity within communities. Some of it, you know, supported by the church, but not necessarily, but a sense of, yes, giving to the less fortunate and caring for your neighbor, whether it is your immediate neighbor or somebody who lives at the other end of the village, but happens to drop by and needs a help or something. So people, I think, used to be more eager to lend a hand, you know, to be there for their neighbor, not only for the closest family, as now is often the case that they started calling it nuclear family, you know, just the parents and the children who, once they grow up, they start their own family and on. But yes, people used to be several generations living in the shared household, and everybody contributing as much as they can with their efforts, not only money, but then yes, redistributing and sharing in the wealth or whatever the family had, you know.
And if it was like a farming community, I'm thinking
yes.
my husband would go back and visit old friends and they'd give him like a wheel of cheese or the honey that they make. And one time he brought back a suitcase with all these honey jars in it. The honey was in all of his clothes. It was hard to get rid of, Right.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I mean, it was a rural community in the mountains, you know, and so your wheel of cheese would feed you for a long time. And
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But such
I
nice sense
think
of
you're
community.
totally correct.
Yeah.
It is becoming more and more separated. Our position in being is more centered on self
Right.
rather than sharing of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is not very fortunate.
No.
Part of the problem, one of the parts of the problem, is the fact that we have pulled away from organized religion where, I mean, being a Christian is to wind up, one of the main tenets is to care for your neighbor as for yourself. And that is almost, what are you talking about? I'm not going to care for that person.
Well, you live in the city. I mean, it's a different thing if you live in the country, you know, and you're farming and you're making all of this stuff and you have way too much, you know, cheese or honey or whatever it is.
I'm going to trade my cheese for your milk or whatever.
Honey,
Our
right.
products.
Yeah.
Or you give me your milk, I'll make our cheese, and then we'll...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's community.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Amen.
Well, so like the Pentalba family, you know, we went to visit them and they have all this acreage and it's sugar beets, right? And he was talking about, well, I have to go because they're starting to plant this field over here and I need to, you know, watch and make sure that they're doing it right. So, I mean, that's in France.
Have a daughter. She lives in Reims, the city, the Champagne city. Reims.
Yes.
Veuve Clicquot.
Yeah, in fact, her boyfriend was working in the vineyards on the tractor, and apparently Carol said he'd have to go like this, and then this, and then this, and you know, to see
Well, there's
both sides of the road.
the tractor. He's doing whatever he needs to do to the vines between his legs on this tractor that's straddled. And I said, "You're getting a backache from doing this and this. You should be able to keep your eyes straight. You should be able to keep your eyes straight, video camera. Have a camera over here, have a camera over here, and a camera and you're able to look at all three, keeping yourself straight, and you're able to analyze the vine that you're straddling without having to go this way
Well,
and
he
this way."
probably needs a new AI.
Oh, no, let's
John
not go
Deere
there.
tractor that
Yeah.
all you have to do is give it the coordinates and the initial layout, and
Well, he
let
said
it go on its way.
the next day the kid had figured out how to do that and had put the cameras.
No, he went to the store that supplies specialized equipment for that purpose.
Yeah.
And it was already in existence, he just wasn't aware of it. So there.
Well,
You gave him the clue.
But I gave him the clue.
Yes.
So they have wine here. I mean, they grow grapes here.
Yes, of course, they grow grape.
What kind of wine do they have?
I think white wine.
Like a
And
Riesling
also,
or something?
yes, and then also people grow black currant,
Okay.
and they make wine, very nice, fruity, very rich taste wine. And also for the Christmas market, you can go and either buy a bottle or just taste some hot wine, mulled wine,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it can
that's a
be
good idea.
one of these either the
Local
fruit
wine.
type, yes, or grape kind of, yeah.
Great.
Glue on
Very,
it.
very, very nice. Or they make also some punch, cut fruit to small pieces, and then pour boiled wine over it.
That's
Also
good.
very nice.
delicious.
So I have a question. I have a question for this, for Barbara. Barbara, since you were a part of the communist regime, under the communist regime, do you miss portions of what the communist regime was offering? Are there facets of?
Crazy. Don't do this on camera, Carol.
Don't do this on. Oh, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Don't answer this question.
On some level, yes, I do remember. For example, when I was little, every school had their own doctor and nurse, also dentist and nurse.
Wow.
When there was a problem, whatever needed to be fixed, just the child told the head teacher, and the problem was taken care of without missing much of school time. And same also for big companies. Companies used to be state-owned, and they also had this kind of service, and you didn't have to pay, or it was this solidarity system. A small proportion of income went to this fund, and then everyone's needs were covered. I think that earlier the social network worked much better than it does now.
Yeah.
Of course, still there are some allowances for some critical situations in life, but now people have to take care of themselves much more than earlier. I don't mean that they were not responsible before, but they could rely on the state to provide some level of services, and also there was some general living standard, and everybody was approximately more or less on the same level with their neighbors. There was no reason to envy anybody, because pretty much you all had the same. Yeah.
Communism, socialism, in its concept form, being pure, actually is very attractive. It's when human beings take charge
Yes.
and corruption sets in, and those are almost like those individuals start doling it out, but then or not letting all the majority of the population know that they are taking more than their share.
Yes, yes, exactly. But I think that is generally true for any political system.
Right, the democracy
there
we
will
have is the
there
same
will
way.
always be some individuals who would want to take advantage of the others, of the system, of the situation.
Right.
So you will more or less arrive at the same situation after time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my parents' generation, some people still sympathize with the old ways, even with some of the politicians who would like to again organize the country their way. They feel nostalgic, you know, because of this optimism of their youth, and they feel, well, things were not that bad after all. We couldn't travel abroad, or only we could go to the east side, not to the western countries. Well, under special conditions you could go to the west, but that was not available to anybody,
Right.
or just very freely, yes, to a limited extent in special situations. And also people could not just read or write whatever they liked.
Right.
So the freedom of speech, or even books, textbooks, were very censored. Everything had to be in line with the official political, you know, ideology.
Right.
In essence, a matter of total control.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
but on the other hand, the writers' union would help publish the people that were part of it, so you wouldn't have to worry about finding a publisher, you know, as long as you didn't say anything that
If
the
you
party
deviated
didn't
from
like.
the party line, you wouldn't be
Exactly, and you
published.
couldn't complain about anything.
Right.
Yes, yes.
But if you had optimistic poetry or something like that, you could get it published
Yeah.
and you could get a big name for yourself.
Yeah, but
you know?
not only like you are saying publishers, but also people in visual arts.
Right.
All kinds of way, yes. People were guaranteed jobs, even if you studied something creative, which is now not a very easy way to earn your living.
Right.
Yeah.
Because yes, there are a few lucky who really manage to put across and to shine and be there. But as for the majority, it's not so easy. Earlier, somebody who graduated from college was guaranteed that their work is necessary for this economy,
Yeah.
and they would be awarded their first job.
Yeah.
So the state would assign them, they would go to this or that town, this or that company or location. Oftentimes there was also a flat this person's family could use once they relocated to do their job.
Right.
So it was very much taken care of, and also the construction was adequately enough supported, so
Right.
that people didn't have to worry that when they want to start a family, when they get married, they could take a loan with a very moderate interest rate at very good conditions we could only dream of now.
Right.
You know, once there is market economy, there are market prices, free market, supply and demand, you know, always changing, pulling the price up or down. So now when a person wants to buy a place like
It's
this,
a lot harder.
yeah,
Yeah.
Do you own this place?
yes, we do. But you know, in this building, for example, half of the flats they are rented out. So sometimes our neighbors change from time to time. But you know, that's the way. People also like to change jobs, move from place to place. So it's their freedom and liberty to do so. But sometimes it's not so easy. But yes, traditionally Slovak families owned their homes or houses, and they spent there pretty much the most of their lives until their life situation changed. But many people, once married, they moved in to a place and they stayed there until retirement. earlier it was also very popular to have weekend houses. People would go and they would have their own garden, grow whatever produce, fruit, vegetable was needed, and then conserve, you know, the spare food or whatever there was after harvest until the next year. So yeah, I remember living like that and spending much of the summer doing that activities in the garden, you know, picking, I don't know, strawberries, raspberries, all kinds of fruit, and then conserving, preparing things.
Making a lot of jam.
Exactly, as well, and not of wasps buzzing around me, you know, because jam and these sweets, it attracts all kinds of insects.
Yep.
But it's worth it, you know. You have
Absolutely.
exactly what you have in the jam, you
Yeah.
know. No conservants or
Yeah.
some chemicals,
Right.
whatever.
Yes, you might have a
Right.
couple of bugs in it, but it's
Right.
okay.
No,
Well, that's-
we
that's
will
for
take care
you-
that
you
the
were
bugs
careful.
are
No
not
bugs.
there, or completely bug free.
No, I grew up in Michigan, and they had lots of fruit. I mean, cherry trees and raspberries and blackberries and pears and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I remember being like that, picking the cherries and the cherry trees and making jam. But even the apples, there are so many different kinds of apples, and now because of the supermarkets, they only have like 4 or 5 different kinds of apples. You know, it's all different. But I had a question for you, and that is, was it different when it was Czechoslovakia than what it is now, Czech Republic and Slovakia?
I think together, these two countries, we were a stronger economy.
Yeah.
We had a better position or place on the European market, not to mention globally, and the country was quite industrially developed. But ever since we broke up in 1993, you know, Czech, I think they can do a bit better off because they are a bigger nation of now almost 12 million. We are something below 6 million now. So
And they've got a big city, Prague.
yes,
Yeah.
Bratislava is not so big. It's still historical, but different kind of character. I think for the Czech it paid off more than for
Yeah.
us, but still many Slovak people wanted independence at all costs. It was for them priority. And some people said, you know, the Czech, they always boss us around. They are here like the older brother who always
Right.
tells you do this, don't do that. You know,
Right.
as in families is often the case.
Yeah.
So the younger sibling often feels they have to fight for their position. And here I think it was sort of equivalent in some situation that people felt the need, or some felt the need to, yes, break up with the Czech at all costs to be our own people, our own masters.
And then Yugoslavia broke up
Oh.
too, right?
Yes, but that was really like split to many different.
Croatia.
Those
Yes,
folks
yes.
are
Yeah.
exceedingly different.
Yes, yes.
And then the ethnic cleansing that started taking place after the Yugoslavia dissolved, just remarkable how humans can go after other humans with such disdain.
Well,
Yeah.
come on. I mean, we've got that in the South.
Well, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
was-
those
really
damn
bad.
Yankees.
Yeah, exactly. Those damn Yankees.
So you've never been to New Orleans, Louisiana?
No, I haven't.
That's where they're from.
Yeah. Well,
The
and
Mardi Gras.
where were you from?
You've
Yeah.
heard of the Mardi Gras in New Orleans?
What's
No.
that place?
Mardi Gras.
It's a carnival season, you know, like 40 days before Easter. They have it's Fat Tuesday, and the next day is Ash Wednesday. And the Catholics used to, especially the French, made it into a holiday because you'd have to fast for 40 days.
Yes, yes,
A-
that's
af-
right. The fasting
Yeah.
period,
Yeah.
and there is some festive celebration
Yeah, it's
that
the
in
same
the
thing. It's the-
streets. It used to be here to some level in villages. I remember my mom mentioning something. Not in towns, but people in villages. Yes, they would wear some masks on their faces.
Exactly.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
sing around, especially when it got dark, you know, celebrate with their
Right.
neighbors, walk around the town square or
Right.
their area.
Yeah.
We have
Same thing.
parades for a month on the streets.
We
Oh,
go
do you?
overboard.
Yeah.
For
The,
sure.
the Mardi Gras parades, the Mardi Gras balls. It's primarily
It's a
the
social season.
social
more than
season
anything else. Yeah.
where the young ladies are introduced to their particular society.
Or to eligible young men that maybe they'd, hook up with or something like that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
We have a large black population, African population
Yep.
in New Orleans. One of our mayors considered our city a chocolate city because they
Overscaler.
milk
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah.
We're survivors. Pete and Melissa are survivors of the Hurricane Katrina that flooded New Orleans.
Yeah.
They decided to leave New Orleans after that experience.
80% of that large city went underwater.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
surrounded by the Mississippi River and the Gulf of Mexico.
And a lake.
Yeah, we
Lake Pontchartrain.
saw that on the news. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really a terrible disaster.